All right, good morning, Blue Ridge. Welcome to our 2024 Sharing Parade. I'm so excited to have you all here today, parents and families. Thank you so much for joining us. This year, our theme of the Sharing Parade is lending a helping hand. So I thought it was really important for us to get started by talking about all the helping hands that went into making this year's Sharing Parade a success. First off, the Sharing Parade prep starts in the fall with our Jogathon. Boys and girls, thumbs up if you like the Jogathon. The kids like the Jogathon, but us adults love the Jogathon because of the money we raise to help support the Sharing Parade. This year, we raised a record amount of money, allowing us to increase the amount of families that we could support this holiday season from 30 to 40. Give yourselves a round of applause, boys and girls. Students, you did a great job gathering donations, and parents and families, thank you so much for contributing and all of the work that you do with us. We appreciate it. When we decided that we were going to move on to supporting 40 families, we didn't know if we would ever be able to get enough food products in to be able to fill 40 families worth of boxes. And boys and girls, look at the stage. Look at all this food you donated. Excellent job. I'm so proud of you. This was your helping hands. Once all that work was done, it really came down to our amazing school faculty and staff taking the lead on putting this all together. First, I would like to thank the helping hands of our PTO for putting together all of our household item baskets and ordering all the items for Christmas dinner for our 40 families. Excellent job, PTO. Thank you. I'd also like to thank our classroom teachers for helping our students organize the fantastic sharing thoughts that you're going to hear today. They are wonderful. So great job, teachers. Thank you. We have a thank you to Mrs. Black and Mrs. Siemens for all their hard work with helping to collect the items, inventory them, and the work they're going to do this afternoon, packing tons of boxes and distributing them to our families. So thank you to Mrs. Black and Mrs. Siemens. I would also like to thank Mrs. Ladding and the Leo Club with Toys and Tots for helping us to provide board games for each of our families so that they can play them over our Christmas break. So thank you to them. And a thank you to Mrs. Carmen for the beautiful decorations and stage that you see here. And a huge thank you to Mrs. Burkhart for the countless amounts of class time she spends practicing Sharing Parade songs. So thank you very much for that. Mrs. Tench, a big thank you up in the booth for all of our sound needs, and especially for the fact that Mrs. Tench is up there live streaming and recording this, so all of our family members who couldn't make it today will still be able to enjoy our Sharing Parade this year. Thank you, Mrs. Tench. And last but certainly not least, a huge thank you to Mrs. Rowe and Mrs. Gleason for the countless hours they have put into reading hundreds of sharing thoughts and organizing our program from start to finish. It honestly would not happen without them, and we appreciate them so much. So how about a huge round of applause for them? All right, so at this time, I am going to hand the show over to Mrs. Rowe, and we're going to get going so you can hear all of your wonderful thoughts. And thank you, Blue Ridge.
And thank you, Mrs. Decker. Welcome, everyone, to Blue Ridge Elementary's I always do this, don't I? All right, help me out. Okay, I'm ready now. Let's start again. Welcome, everyone, to Blue Ridge Elementary's annual Sharing Parade with the theme this year, as Mrs. Decker said, lending a helping hand. I say ditto to all the people Mrs. Decker thanked. It takes a lot of helping hands to put this program together. The huge wreath that our art teacher, Mrs. Carmen, made with all the fifth graders and their hand cutouts is a symbol of all hands on deck and all hands working together for this wonderful seasonal tradition of our Sharing Parade. Thank you to all the students and teachers for helping me. You don't know how much your help and support means to me, when we do the sharing parade every year. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I would also like to thank my sister-in-law, recently retired second grade teacher, Mrs. Trudy Hepler, for helping by gluing all of the students' sharing thoughts onto green and red paper. That was a huge, huge help, so thank you. Thank you to Mrs. Hepler and Mrs. Farrell for coming back to help with our food parade this morning. It's so nice to see you both. And one more shout out to Mrs. Peg Gleason for helping me immensely with the program, from reading through and picking thoughts, typing thoughts, helping with the program order, countless times of organizing and reorganizing the thoughts after practices, working out kinks, helping with segues, and on and on. I very much appreciate her and all of her help. Today, we are celebrating the heart of the holiday season, spreading kindness, care, and generosity. Our students are excited to share their thoughts on how small acts of helping and thoughtfulness can create waves of happiness. They'll show us how sharing, understanding, and looking out for one another. I was doing good. All right, thank you for helping me get back on track. Here we go. They'll share us how sharing, understanding, and looking out for one another make this time of year so meaningful. As we go through the program, let's remember that the greatest gifts are the ones we give to others through our actions, our words, and our hearts. Gifts do not have to be physical presents. This morning, our students will inspire to make the world a little brighter every day by sharing ways that we can help each other and spread goodness to those around us and our community. I am so excited to get the 2024 sharing started. Let's do this. It has become a tradition that students in our older grades open our program. So continuing with this custom, 5 fifth grade students and 1 fourth grade student will start our program by welcoming us. Their opening will tell us what we do to prepare for our annual sharing parade and how it lends a hand to our community. May I now have Molly Gaylord, Sydney Rosenkrantz, Gianna Gibbons, Seth Carlson, Victor Motika, and Ivani Banwaite come to the stage.
Hello, my name is Molly Gaylord. Welcome to the 38th Annual Sharing Parade. Our team of students and teachers all had boxes in their classrooms that are now placed before us on this stage. Each grade level was assigned a specific food item to donate.
This sharing parade, we are pitching in by donating food to Blue Ridge families in need. This is a good way to show you care about other people and their situations. We have donated so much food this year. Thank you to all grade levels for participating. Donating is like planting joy in the world.
We are so grateful for all 38 years of your donations.
We want to help families in need and spread Christmas joy.
Now we celebrate by singing songs and sharing encouraging thoughts.
Now during the cold winter season, many families will have a warm meal to eat. So sit back and decide how you can lend a hand and make a difference this holiday season.
Thank you for that warm welcome, 5th graders and 4th grader Ivani. It's hard to believe that we have had this wonderful tradition of the sharing parade for 38 years here at Blue Ridge Elementary. We are so very thankful for all the 38 years of giving. Let's now hear from our kindergartners and see how they can make. Our kindergarten readers will now come to the stage. we have Caden Mason, Amelia Weaver, Serenity Norton Mecca, Easton Bowes, Milo Myers, Isaiah Osterhout, Paisley Bishop, and Ella Darrow is going to be sharing their thoughts. So we'll start off with Caden. You ready, bud? How can you lend a helping hand?
I can lend a helping hand by helping my brother when he has trouble turning on the bathroom light.
Excellent, Caden. Thank you. You help your brother by turning on the bathroom light. Very good. All right, next we'll hear from Amelia. Amelia, how can you lend a helping hand?
I can lend a helping hand because my daddy has to work and I put the Christmas lights on.
Very good. You helped put the Christmas lights up when Daddy had to work. Thank you, Amelia. Serenity, how can you lend a helping hand?
I can lend a helping hand by helping my mom plant the garden.
You help Mom plant the garden. I bet you guys have a beautiful garden, huh? With flowers and vegetables? Nice. Thank you, Serenity. And next we have Easton. Easton, how can you lend a helping hand?
I can lend a helping hand by cleaning up the trash inside.
Wow, I bet your house is nice and clean, huh? Good job. Thank you. And Milo, how are you going to lend a helping hand?
I can lend a helping hand by helping with the laundry.
Wow, helping with the laundry, putting it away, right? Folding it. Good job. What a help. Thank you, Milo. And Isaiah, how can you lend a helping hand?
I can lend a helping hand by helping vacuum.
Ooh, vacuum. You could come and help at my house and vacuum, huh? Thank you. Paisley, how can you lend a helping hand?
I can lend a helping hand at home by cleaning the living room so we can put up the tree.
Put up the Christmas tree, getting cleaned up so you can put up the Christmas tree. Nice. I bet it looks beautiful. Thank you, Paisley. And Ella, how can you lend a helping hand? I'm going to read Ella's. Ella, she is just back today after being sick, and so she didn't have any time to practice with us on stage. So this is her first time on stage. So she's going to stand with me, and I'm going to read it for her, right? So Ella's thought says, I can lend a helping hand at church by singing songs to make people smile. That's wonderful, honey. Thank you. Thank you to all our kindergartens. Wonderful thoughts. And just like Ella's thought said, lastly, she said about making people smile with her songs at church. I hope that the songs we sing today will make us all smile. Third grade Josiah Farrell, Parker Sepalak, and Alex Decker will share how they and their families help in the community.
One way I make Christmas fantastic is by participation in Operation Christmas Child. Operation Christmas Child is something we do in church. You pick a male or female, then you put toys and toiletries in a shoebox. The boxes get sent around the world to children in need. One way I make a difference in lending a helping hand is by participating in Toys and Tots at my local church. My family and I pick a card, and we have to give a gift to the person on the card. This year I got a little boy, and he wanted a monster truck set, so we went to Walmart and got him what he wanted, and now we are waiting until Christmas to give it to him. He will be happy when he gets it at Christmas.
One way I lend a helping hand is when my whole family volunteers for things like Blue Ridge Little League, BRBC, and many others. But the one I think is the most important is taking care of my neighbor Moni. We take her mail to her, check in on her, and help her get through tough times. You can always lend a helping hand.
Thank you, boys. I know those people you took the time to help will appreciate your kindness. Continuing with some third graders, Devin Ralston, Timothy Hobbs, Lacey Allen, Evelyn Tierney, and Colin Thatcher will now share ways they can help any time of the year. And I'm going to just ask, all these thoughts are amazing, but if we can not applaud after each one, because a lot of our thoughts have groups of kids, and it just will take a long time. I know we appreciate everything they're saying, but if we wait until, I don't even know, maybe not even applause even after the group. I don't know, see how it goes. Just don't applause in between each one. Thank you so much. All right, I'm going to let Devin start us off.
Lending a helping hand is so honorable, and it's so enjoyable and good and fun.
If a person has nobody to play with, we can play with them.
My brother needed help with his homework, and I helped him catch up.
You and your family can go caroling in the winter to bring them the Christmas feeling.
Human beings all need support and encouragement to thrive. Life is not always easy, and we often face obstacles. Always remember that our actions have the power to uplift and inspire others.
Thank you, third graders. Colin's thought is worth repeating. Always remember that our actions have the power to uplift and inspire others. Amazing. All right, we need to get some music in this auditorium. Let's do some singing. We will now sing our theme song, Lend a Helping Hand. And everybody have fun with singing out and those great motions that go with this song. I almost forgot to sit you down. All right, nice job with our theme song, everyone. The words of our theme song encouraged all of you to think about how you can lend a helping hand. So let's hear some of those thoughts from third graders, Meadow Esposito, Nikki Huntley, Jessica Harrison, Lydia Carey, Hazel Beach, and Kennedy Franks. I would also like the following second graders to come to the side of the stage to be on deck: Bryson Nagel and Aiden Fraley.
I lend a helping hand by taking the dishes out of the dishwasher for my mom. She appreciates this. Sometimes I make eggs because my parents are busy.
I lend a helping hand by helping my neighbor Dolores. Had a snowstorm, she lost power, so we went out to the store and got her ice so her food would not spoil. I lend a helping hand by solving problems. I help a 6-year-old and a 9-year-old by getting them through an argument. Instead of yelling, I ask them to say how they are feeling. Then we come up with a solution.
I lend a helping hand at my church. I set up chairs when we have a church concert. Then my family and I enjoy being together to listen to the concert. Afterwards, I help take the chairs down and put them away.
I lend a helping hand to my sister Alexis. She can't walk. She's in a wheelchair. She can't talk either, so she uses a tablet to communicate. I am her walking feet and her voice. I get Alexis things when she needs them, and I say the words she writes on her tablet out loud for her.
Thank you, girls. Wow, those were excellent ways to help out your family, neighbors, and friends. Thank you for those caring thoughts. Let's hear from some second graders and how they lend a helping hand to their family, neighbors, and friends. Come on down. We have two students that were absent, Marley and Lillian, Bryson and Aiden, and I will share Marley and Lillian's thoughts. Marley started us off, and she said, I lend a helping hand by donating toys to kids that need them. It feels so special. I love it because it makes us both happy. And then Lillian's thought says, I lend a helping hand by helping others at Christmas. Near December, church does a program to help others. You pick an ornament off the tree for either a boy or a girl. The ornament will tell you what they want for Christmas, such as a toy or what size they are in shoes and clothes. It makes me feel happy knowing that someone got something that they wanted. I love helping others.
I can lend a helping hand. I can help my neighbor with their groceries. I can help my mom when she is sick. When my mom is sick, I make her breakfast. I can always find a way to help others.
I can lend a helping hand by helping my dad stack and chop wood. I can help my family when they are sick. I can help my mom and dad clean the house. I can always find a way to help others.
Thank you, boys. Well done. Thank you for reminding us that we can always find a way to help others. Next, I would like to have third grader Kennedy Franks come to the stage. Kennedy will share how she and her teammates bring holiday cheer to those who may need some company at this time of the year.
Lend a helping hand. One way I help people is by making homemade cards for Triplets Cheer. We are making homemade cards for people who are elderly and live in senior citizen apartments. We are doing it so they can have holiday cheer and to make them smile. I am so glad that we are making senior citizens happy.
Thank you, Kennedy and the Triplets Cheer Team, for remembering our senior citizens by showering them with holiday cards. Our next group of girls are athletic and include another cheerleader, dancers, gymnasts, and horseback riders. They will perform a routine to our school song, Raiders for Life. Let me welcome to the stage Molly Gaylord, Bristol Herbert, Reagan Hinckley, Peyton Carpenter, Kendall White, and Milena Markarian. We are in for a treat. Wow, I love that. Thank you, girls, so much. And it was so neat, too. I mean, I just noticed this, but Kendall, when, was it Peyton? She was lifting up the R. Peyton was coming back, and Kendall's like, here's your letter. So she's helping out. And it was just a great, different way. You know, we're sharing our thoughts, but also we can share our creative ways through dance and cheer, and it was amazing. I love their original choreography. We definitely enjoyed pep, enthusiasm, and gorgeous smiles. The words of our song, Raiders for Life, reminds us to be the best that we can be, which ties us right back into our theme of lending a helping hand. The first graders brainstormed how they could be kind and lend a helping hand this holiday season. The following first graders will now share their thoughts. We have Margaret Spear-Jones, Matthew Kovalchik, Kyla Maydero, Kinsley Slavic, Colson Bishop, Malachi Chambers, Kensley Farr, Jonah Luce, and Madison Bishop.
I can be kind by lending a hand and helping to do more chores around the house. I can help with dinner and help to clean the dishes. I am kind, not a Grinch.
Be kind and lend a hand. I can lend a hand by giving support to a friend who is sad. I can let them know it will be okay. Kindness can link us together.
I can lend a helping hand by donating toys. It is important because some people do not have toys.
I can lend a helping hand by playing with my friends at recess. It's important so they don't feel left out.
This holiday season, I can lend a helping hand by helping my grandma water her plants.
This morning, I can lend a helping hand by baking bread for my neighbors. This holiday season, I can lend a helping hand
by helping my neighbors shovel the snow.
This holiday season, I can lend a helping hand by giving blankets to people that don't have homes. Blankets will keep them warm.
This holiday season, I can lend a helping hand by donating food so people can eat on the holiday.
Great job, first graders. Thank you so much for showing us how to be kind and not to be a Grinch. I also like the line in Matthew's where he said, kindness can link us together. These, let's see here. Next, we will have several fourth grade sharing thoughts. These fourth graders incorporate several of the ideas from our theme song, Lend a Helping Hand. Such ideas as like, come on, pitch in. You might need someone to help you through, and make a difference. Mia Gerhardt will be next, and she shares her original poem titled, Our Hearts Shine Bright.
Our hearts shine bright. Our hearts shine bright, just like a flashlight, giving to others and working as one, cheering people on. That is so much fun. When we work together, we should all pitch in, because I know we all have love within. Lots of people need help, which is why we need to lend a helping hand, so we should all try.
Great job, Mia. You memorized that. That was amazing. Mia's thought was an excellent reminder of how we should all try to encourage and help each other. We come together as a unit for our sharing parade, donating so many food items. And you're right, Mia. It is fun to accomplish this and help others. Thank you again, Mia. Now, Noelle Farrow, Mariah Falkenberg, Noah Whipple, Joshua Sheridan, Kira Drum, Aaliyah Vandervoort, Emma Hall, Madeline Smith, Michelle Panza, and Layla Rogers have prepared a skit titled Lending a Hand. The play is narrated by Noelle Farrow, and Mariah Falkenberg is the news anchor reporting the weather. All other characters are representing themselves. Let's find out how the neighbors pitch in and lend a helping hand.
It was the day before Christmas Eve, and everyone was running around trying to finish their last-minute shopping. Out of nowhere, a blizzard appeared on the meteorologist's radar.
Good morning, folks. This radar is not looking good for tomorrow, Christmas Eve. We are looking at 18 to 24 inches of snow by Christmas morning. Temperatures will be below freezing, and electricity will most likely be out due to this heavy snow. I guess we will have a very white Christmas this year.
Fast forward 48 hours. It's Christmas Day. The twins Joshua and Noah wake up to a beautiful winter wonderland, but unfortunately, they have no power.
How are we going to celebrate Christmas without power? It's all right. Why don't we find some flashlights and see if any neighbors need our help?
While Joshua and Noah search around their house for flashlights, sisters Aaliyah and Sarah were enjoying their hot cinnamon rolls by the fireplace with electricity. Out of the there was a knock at their front door.
I better go see who is here.
Sounds good. I'll be here enjoying my hot chocolate.
Kira opens the door and sees Noah and Joshua standing outside with flashlights.
Good morning, Kira. Merry Christmas. We are going around to our neighbors to see if anyone needs a flashlight, since the electricity has gone out with all the snow.
Aaliyah appears at the door with Kira.
We have electricity. We're lucky to have a generator. We didn't know anyone lost it.
Aaliyah and Kira run to their kitchen to talk to their mom.
Our whole neighborhood is out of electricity. Can we invite everyone over here for a Christmas celebration since we have electricity? Absolutely, I think that's a great idea.
A few hours later, neighbors began arriving at Ali and Kira's house to share in the warmth and festive Christmas spirit.
Thank you so much for letting us enjoy Christmas with you.
I was so worried about the power and how we were going to spend our Christmas.
This is a perfect way to spend time with each other and get a nice warm meal. Not a problem. We are so happy to help those in need.
All were able to enjoy their Christmas day due to Ali and Kira's helpful plan. In true Christmas spirit, Santa delivered power back to everyone by nightfall. Hey!
Don't forget to take the flashlights. Thanks. That was awesome, fourth graders. Thank you for your wonderful acting. The lesson we can learn from this skit is we need to help others get through tough times. We can make a difference with the little things we do every day. With that said, let us welcome fourth grade girls Savannah Gall, Piper and Mia Markarian, who talk a little more about how a small action makes a big difference.
When you lend a helping hand, you might think it's a small difference, but from another person's perspective, it might be a big change. When I lend a helping hand, I feel better about myself, and I also make someone else happy.
There are a lot of ways to lend a helping hand. You can lend a helping hand every day. In fact, even picking up a pencil is lending a helping hand. Even the smallest action can make a big difference.
Another way to lend a helping hand is at an event our school hosts. This event is called the Sharing Parade. Students, teachers, staff, and others bring in canned foods for many families in need. Our Sharing Parade is a great example of lending a helping hand.
Thank you, ladies. And yes, our sharing parade is definitely an example of lending a helping hand. Now let's get up and sing one of our favorite sharing parade songs, When We Give, We Receive. Let's hear two personal stories from fifth graders, Christopher Griffin and Emma Goff. Oops, we have to sit down. Sorry about that. We're all sitting now. Okay. Sorry about that. Forgot to sit you down. Okay, so Christopher and Emma, their stories are an example of the words from our last song, "What goes around comes around."
My family is struggling because of my dad's medicine. It is very expensive. One way my family feels cared about is that my dad's boss still pays him. This makes me feel so happy and thankful. My dad was very grateful, and so when he was feeling, he worked overtime and told his boss he didn't have to pay him for it. Like Denzel Washington said, at the end of the day, it's not about what you have or even what you've accomplished. It's about who you've lifted up, who you've made better. It's about what you've given back.
Kindness is universal. Sometimes being kind allows others to see the goodness and humanity through you. Always be kinder than necessary. Sometimes when people are kind to one another, a wave of kindness starts. This shows that when you show kindness, it spreads positivity to others. For example, one snowy day when my mother and I were driving, we saw someone sitting on the street with nothing. We decided to get that person a hot chocolate and a tent. When we got back, we gave her the hot drink and the shelter. My mom's friend shared our experience on Facebook, and lots of other people started to donate items to this woman in need. This is how a wave of kindness can occur.
Thank you both, Christopher and Emma, for sharing with examples of the importance of giving back and how kindness can spread positivity to others. Well said. Now, if I could have fifth grader Elise Burchell come to the stage, I would also like all the fifth graders who are holding the letters for the acrostic poem to head over to Mrs. Gleason at the side of the stage. Elise will explain the importance of providing support to others in our community, just like we are doing today with our sharing parade. She will then introduce our next sharing thought.
One thing that is very important is providing support. Providing support may seem like a very small gesture, but it can make a very big change in our community. Just think, if everybody gave support to each other, we would make a huge difference in the lives of other people. Mrs. Black's class and a few others will now share an acrostic poem titled "Provide Support."
P. Provide food to people in need.
R. Respect all people.
O. Offering help is the kindest thing you can do.
V. Visit elderly people.
I. Include everyone.
D. Donate clothes you outgrew and toys you don't play with anymore.
E. Even the smallest bit of kindness will make people happy.
S. Support a friend if they're going through a rough time.
Understand others may need help.
P. Perfect gifts come from the heart.
P. Please help someone over the Christmas holiday.
O. Outstanding things happen when you help others.
R. Remember others during the holidays.
T. Thank people for donating to the sharing parade.
Well done, fifth graders. That's a lot of letters in the words "provide support." Way to work together as a team, and wow, such good thoughts for every one of those letters. If you want to see the 5th graders' poems, the acrostic poems, glitter and all, they're out in the hall across from the auditorium. Thank you to Elise for that nice introduction to the poem, and we do provide support in our school with events like our sharing parade, hat day, jogathon, and even a classroom game. And before we introduce our next students, 5th graders, on the count of 3, I want you to say, provide support. 1, 2, 3. Thank you again for providing support today. All right, next I would like to have 3rd graders Garrett, Fancher, and Riker Hall come on up to the stage. They are going to share how things around our school like hat day, jogathon, and even a classroom game provide support.
One way I make a difference in lend a helping hand is by donating $1 for Hat Day. The money goes to people having a hard time. You should bring in $1 even though you don't wear a hat. Another way I make a difference and lend a helping hand is by bringing money in for the jogathon. 3rd grade almost won an ice cream party. The money goes to people in need at Christmas. This year we raised so much money we got to help 10 more families at the sharing parade.
One way I make a difference and lend a helping hand is by playing Magic Piece of Garbage. Magic Piece of Garbage is a game we play at the end of every school day to help the janitors clean our room. 2 people pick a secret piece of garbage on the floor, and whoever finds that magic piece of garbage will get a clip up. The real reason why we play this game is to lend Janitor Bob a helping hand and to make cleaning our floor easier. We pitch in because we care about Janitor Bob.
As you can see from the 3rd grade thoughts, Garrett and Riker know that their actions can make a difference. They don't leave helping up to others. They jump right in to lend a hand. They know it all begins with them, which brings us to our 3rd song, It All Begins With Me, and that special time in our program when we get to hear the adult sharing thought. You will recognize this person because you see her at our school, especially when you are eating lunch in the cafeteria. This person runs our cafeteria. She is the amazing person who is responsible for the delicious and nutritious meals that our cafeteria serves. Our adult sharing thought will be given by Miss Linda Cole-Kolaski, better known as Ms. Linda to all of us, our talented food service director. Ms. Linda has our cafeteria working like a well-oiled machine. She plans the meals according to state nutritional guidelines, orders the food, and stays on budget. She and her team prepare the food and keep our cafeteria safe and clean. Each day, Miss Linda and her staff will cook about 1,200 meals a day for the students and staff in the Blue Ridge School District. This June, she will be retiring after 21 years as our food service director. Miss Linda is also very involved in her community as an EMT, which stands for Emergency Medical Technician, for the Silver Lake Rescue Squad. She has been an active member for 45 years and counting. That means Miss Linda has responded to car accidents, fires, medical emergencies, and ambulance calls. She was even a member of the rescue dive team for 10 years. Miss Linda is a certified Pennsylvania State Emergency Medical Service instructor, teaching EMTs, first responders, and others first aid and CPR. Her work as a teacher touches countless lives as the people she instructs help others in emergency situations. When her daughter Stephanie was young, Ms. Linda volunteered as a 4-H leader and an assistant softball coach. Miss Linda and her daughter continue to enjoy horses as they compete and show their quarter horses at the highest level. Just this past October, in Ohio, they earned 5 medals at the All-American Quarter Horse Congress. We are so grateful for Ms. Linda. We not only want to thank her for her service to Blue Ridge, but also for her service as a first responder. Her dedication and willingness to help goes above and beyond and is very much appreciated. She has lent a helping hand to so many people. Her talent is a gift to us all, and we thank you for your service. Would you please help me welcome Ms. Linda Koloski to the stage. We are now going to sing It All Begins With Me. This is the song where Ms. Linda will share her thought in the middle of the song while Mrs. Burkhart plays the piano softly in the background. Be sure to listen to Miss Linda's thought on lending a helping hand.
I'm here this morning to tell you guys my story, and it began 45 years ago. I was pulling out of my driveway, going to work. I was 19 years old, and a car came flying down the road with a flashing light on the roof, and I wondered, where were they going so fast? As I drove to work, I came around the corner at Quaker Lake, and there was a pickup truck who had hit the school bus head on. The truck was smashed, and the bus was hanging over the bank, almost in the water. Stopped to help. The truck driver was hurt very badly, and the ambulance people were helping him. I went to help to get the children off the bus, and then I realized it was my little brother's bus. At that time, I panicked until I saw that he was okay. That day, I decided that I had to help when people were hurt or in trouble in my community. The next day, I called the fire department and joined. I soon became an EMT and have been volunteering my time for 45 years. I also teach new EMTs, first responders, CPR classes in our community, and it's very important that we all help each other and lend a hand to our neighbors. Volunteering and helping each other is the most important thing that we can do. Lend a hand, help your neighbor, make a difference. You will be rewarded in many different ways. I have had many great experiences in my life because of this. I've delivered babies, I've helped sick people, I've worked on the ambulance and the fire department, the dive team. I even got to ride in an EMS helicopter and work with the paramedics. This taught other people to be EMTs and help out. I know I have helped hundreds of people in our community and have made a difference. I want all of you to be kind to each other and make a difference. Thank you.
Stay here, stay here. Thank you very much, Miss Linda. I'll start again. Thank you very much, Miss Linda, for helping our school and our community in so many ways. We are so lucky to have you as part of our Blue Ridge family. And like Miss Linda said, be kind, help your neighbor, lend a helping hand. Next, I would like to call 5th grade boys Colin Lindsay, Joseph Tingley, Denon Ralston, Jackson Scott, and Maverick Shaw to the stage. Listen as these boys share 12 little ways you can easily make someone's day.
I'm reading Jackson's part. And Denon, you're going to read your part.
You have two hands. One is for yourself and one's for helping others. I think this quote is perfect because it talks about how you...
Let's start again, too, because this is really an important beginning.
You have two hands. One is for yourself and one's for helping others. This is a perfect quote because it talks about helping others. The Blue Ridge community does exactly that.
Winnie the Pooh believes even the smallest things can make someone's day. It's the little things that sometimes make the biggest difference. Here are 12 little ways we can lend a hand and help someone this winter season.
1. Donate books to a local library.
2. Leave a homemade Christmas card for the mail carrier.
3. Give someone a compliment.
4. Wave and give a smile.
5. Get the mail for someone.
6. Hold the door for someone.
7. Help someone carry their groceries.
8. Shovel a driveway or sidewalk.
9. Stop for a visit.
10. Play a card game or a board game with someone.
11. Encourage more thank yous to people.
12. Donate non-perishable foods to those in need.
We hope you use one of these ideas to help a friend, family member, a neighbor, or even a stranger. Get out there and lend a helping hand.
Thank you, boys, for that excellent list. I especially like encourage more thank yous, which reminds us to thank others when they help us. Thank you to each and every one of you for helping me today with the sharing parade. I am sure everyone will be able to use at least one of the boys' ideas on their list. If not, here are a few more ideas on how you can help, read by second graders Finley Shaw, Eli Splon, Xavier Lee, Willow Washburn, and third grader Jeannie Dunbar.
helped my little cousin by getting her a bowl of cereal. No one was awake and she was hungry.
I help by giving a pencil to a friend. I help by sharing my extra snacks.
When I have a fever, the nurse helps me.
I help my family decorate for Christmas.
Thank you, Finley, Eli, Xavier, Willow, and Jeannie for those sweet and simple ideas. We have heard a lot of ways to lend a helping hand, to be kind, and to care for others. Next, we have 2 poems about being a light to others, read by the following 5th graders: Nick Folk, Kayla Martinez, and Grayson Canaris. Nick and Kayla, tell us how your light can do something grand.
A light so bright, it could light up the night. Such a beautiful sight to see someone feel right.
It could be a perfect gift to someone who needs a hand, to give others a lift, give them something grand.
Grayson took a well-known poem and he changed it up. Grayson, tell us how you will help people with your light.
Roses are red, violets are blue, anyone can share, even you. Posies are pink, lemonade is a drink, there are many ways to help, just think. Petunias are perfect, so is life. There are many ways to help people with your light.
Thank you, Nick, Kayla, and Grayson. We sure are lifting up 40 families and giving them something grand. Look at all this food as well as baskets of household cleaning products going across our stage. We will light up people's lives with these donations. And now for our final song, which has been the conclusion to our sharing parade for many years, and a song we love, Light the Candles. That was perfect, boys and girls. Maybe not perfect, but wow, that's the most special thing. It's like magical in our auditorium when we do light the candles. To finalize our program, we have a few students whose thoughts really summed up the meaning of our sharing parade. These next two poems you are about to hear are amazing and so well written. How do 4th and 5th graders come up with such eloquent words that speak to the heart? First, let's hear from 5th grader Adeline Antone, followed by 4th grade girls Liana Armandy and Victoria Wooster, and then a closing thought by 5th grader Lincoln Woodruff.
Raider kindness. Being kind is really cool. It is something you can learn at school. When we share and help a friend, happiness will never end. So let's be kind. It is easy to do. It will always come back to you. Every bit of kindness that you give away will find its way back to you one day. A little smile, a helping hand will spread happiness in Raiderland.
Hearts full, hands open. The sharing parade is the best of the year, filling our hearts with lots of good cheer. The stage is filled with boxes and cans. Since we want to help, we will and we can.
One of the reasons why we do this event is because we want to make a dent. With all the food being needed, we went beyond and exceeded.
This quote by John Holmes: "There is no exercise better for the heart than reaching down and lifting people up," reminds me of the Blue Ridge Sharing Parade. We hope you have had an amazing time. We've had so much fun, and we hope you've enjoyed our songs and special messages. Thank you for coming today, and we hope everyone has a great holiday season.
Thank you, Adeline, Liana, Victoria, and Lincoln for those beautiful and inspiring words. Thank you to everybody, all of our students, teachers, and staff for lending a helping hand today and for your generous donations, and to family members too. Remember, lending a helping hand means to just simply help others. Helping does not have to be hard. It is simple. Like Sophie Miller said for the O in the acrostic poem, offering help is the kindest thing you can do. And as Adeline just said, a little smile, a helping hand will spread happiness in Raiderland. So get out there, let your light shine, and lend a helping hand. Thank you, everyone.
All right, families, thank you so much for coming. We're going to have you guys dismiss first from the top. Boys and girls, I am so proud of yourselves. Give yourselves a pat on the back because I'm proud of you. Great job. That was a really long time to sit still and listen and pay attention, and you guys did a really good job. I like those pats. Excellent work. Once the balcony clears out, we're going to start with first grade and fourth grade dismissing next, and we'll dismiss right out these doors. All right? Boys and girls, enjoy the rest of your day.